Hi. Hi everybody. How's everyone going? I mean, I know that's kind of a rhetorical question you can't really answer, but regardless, I hope you're going well. Welcome back to the episode for June, because I think I'm just gonna do monthly ones at this rate until the end of the HSC, so stay tuned for after the HSC. It's gonna be 10 times better. Just to quickly update you on my life, I'm yeah, I'm in year 12 in high school and I'm almost done. I'm very, very close. I'm very excited. And I've done some redecorating in my bedroom, which I absolutely adore doing. I think after I feel like my whole life I was kind of focusing on fashion, and then only recently was I like, oh, my bedroom is nothing. And so I have to add some things in, and I did. There's a couple pictures there, aesthetic pictures, straight from Pinterest, which I printed. So that one, that one, that one, that's one, and that's one. And then the friends pictures. There's little pictures of me and my friends, and I've added those in. And then over there, which you guys can't see, I've added in some more posters, some more aesthetic pictures, and then I've bought a whiteboard, a corkboard, because we're locking in a little bit late for school, but that's okay. Yeah, and I've got new clothes. I'm going to Fashion Thrift Society next week. I'm so excited for that. Because I want one of those Coach bags, the vintage ones, whatever. I really want one of those. They are so cute. Definitely one in brown, maybe one in black. But I do have a lot of black headbands, handbags. I've got my one right here. Oh, nails. Look at that, guys. So pretty, so pretty. Yeah, that's that's my life right now. And then yesterday, I asked you guys on the Instagram, and I promoted it everywhere that I do, which is TikTok and Instagram, guys. If you want to go follow those two accounts, it'll be under the username Sincerely Loriana. Very pretty, very quick, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy. Very easy to remember as well. So yeah, that username for everything that you've got socials for, and possibly expanding to more. Who knows? But yeah, so I asked you guys on there to send in your problems, your struggles, whether it's school related, relationship related, friendship related, you know, just anything that's troubling you right now that you think you really need advice on. And I got a few messages in. So just sit back, enjoy the ride, and even if it's not a struggle you're going through, it might be one that you go through later. So definitely keep your listening ears on and maybe take a couple notes. A really important friend of mine is living on the other side of the world. Massive problem to me. Any advice? Someone didn't stay anonymous and wrote Hannah. Babe. Oh my god, I freaking love you. Okay, well, this is not just to Hannah, but long distance friendships are really, really difficult. There's so much, and you would think that maybe, ooh, not really, they're not that difficult or anything. But honestly, like, as someone who's moved cities, and I'm just 2 hours, 1 hour and a half, depending on who I'm going to, it can be really difficult to even send a message sometimes. People have their own lives and their own things to do, and if you're not seeing them every day at school or at work, you become distant. Even people that live 5 minutes away from you, if you don't see them at school or work every day, it's just not there, is it? So definitely what you need to do in those situations is both of you need to be putting in effort. I've had a lot of friendships where like only I put in effort and it's not reciprocated. And while I understand that obviously people have their lives and their things, it's quite tiresome to just constantly give and not get back. So definitely, if you have a long distance friend right now, or maybe just someone you don't see all the time, if you notice that you're kind of the one that's like, oh, let's call, oh, I want to text you, oh hey, how's it going, well then I think it's not really a reason to stop being friends, but it's definitely like a wave the flag situation because something's going on, and you should definitely communicate. Open and honest communication is key. And so by just talking to them and being like, hey, like I feel like I put in a lot of energy into this friendship and I understand that you have a busy life and that's okay, but you know, it would be of value to me if you at least asked me if I want to call, or ask me if I want to text, or ask me first, or start the conversation, because it just makes me feel like you love and value this friendship as much as I do, which is definitely something that I have experienced. And sometimes I have cut off friendships just for the pure reason that they don't reciprocate the energy. And I feel like if you just keep trying and trying, it kind of just makes you seem like you don't want to be there anymore. So definitely, if they're not reciprocating it, definitely have a chat, maybe 1, 2, or 3 times. And if they're just not listening, that just makes you kind of think that, like, okay, so this kind of friend is probably not what I'm looking for then, if they're not bothered to even text me or do things first. Like, if I'm constantly the one having to put it in, that's unnecessary energy to put out there and not get back. So to help yourself, you just kind of leave. But obviously, this person is nowhere near leaving me. I can tell you that. Definitely, like, if you're on the good path and nobody's not reciprocating, I guess, you should always calling whenever you can, whether that's once a month, once every 2 weeks. It gets harder as you get older. Definitely 100% it does. Yeah, just make sure that you guys do some fun things together still, which is like, it's kind of crazy. Like, me and Hannah, for example, Hannah lives in Germany, so very difficult for me to do things with her. But if I am going to do something with her, it could be like, which we haven't tried yet actually, it could be like share a Pinterest board. I love doing that with long distance friends. I think that's cool. When you call, you could like watch YouTube videos together, or if you can't call but you can watch YouTube videos, maybe you watch the same YouTube videos at the same time and then you like chat about it later. Same with TV shows and stuff. Like, definitely starting the same TV show together and being like, where are you up to? Where are you up to? Oh my god, I love that episode. Yeah, oh my god. I think that's a good way to just like keep going with that friendship and everything, and just know that, like, if they're like purely online friends, you won't be able to do this, but like if you guys used to live near each other, just kind of like remember those moments and remember how strong they are, and that is what's going to get you through. Sometimes when I just like, I get quite sad about being so far away from Hannah, is I just think back to how much I loved being around her, and you know, the videos and the photos that we have, I look back at them and I'm like, I got to keep going, because this is going to happen again one day. We're going to be close together one day. We're going to see each other again. So yeah, as long as they're really, really strong and they're reciprocating the effort that you put in, you just got to think of like creative ways, like the Pinterest board, or watching the TV show together, playing the same games, even like playing Roblox. I guess one of you's in the morning and one of the other at night. And yeah, and just keep up the texting and the calls. And maybe you don't like to text or call, but they post a really good picture of themselves on Instagram, so you go, hey buddy, you just gotta like respond wherever you can, to just kind of like remind them like, hey, I'm here by the way. Because sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you just like go a month with just responding to Instagram stories, and I think that's so okay, because you're still investing time to them, which is important. But yeah, and definitely, my favorite is always sending snap videos of like updating the day, and like you don't need to open them the day they all come through, or even the week they all come through. Hannah and I, we send snap videos whenever like something crazy happens at school, or, you know, we just want to update each other's lives. And it's always like that 9+ snaps, and it's actually like 40 snaps of like us talking about our day. And like, we weren't watching on the first day, not the first week. We definitely opened up like 3 weeks later, but like, it's still good. It's like a 20-minute vlog, and it's just like, oh, perfect. It doesn't even feel like it, because you just like feel like you're on FaceTime, and the time goes by so quickly. So at nighttime, I'll watch like her videos, or when I'm really bored, or eating lunch, I'll watch her videos and stuff like that, and we just keep each other updated like that. So definitely just cute little updates is always important. All right, next one. Love you, Hannah. Exam stress. Whew. Exam stress. I've had a journey with school, I would say. There's a lot of things that you learn always the hard way in school. I feel like there's no easy way to learn things about preparing for an exam or anything like that. You literally just have to learn it the extremely hard way, as in you get the crappy mark and then you're like, ooh. So maybe last minuting it at 4 a.m. was not the idea. That was probably best for me, but you know, you live and you learn. And honestly, one thing I want to set the record straight for is that comment in year 11 and 12. I'm so sorry. Every teacher is gonna hate me for saying this, but it's actually not that important. Year 11 and 12. It's not as important as you think. It's the most important grades you'll do from kindergarten to year 12. Yes, of course. But it's not as like life or death as you think it is. I feel like a lot of people, like, you see it every single day, like everyone's like on their toes, like when an exam is coming up, and they're like, ooh, and then like when they come out of an exam, there's people crying, there's people mad, there's people, and like totally valid reactions. You are allowed to feel that way. 100 billion%. I've done it. I've cried in an exam, cried out of an exam. I've like thrown my pillow at my bed over an exam. I've danced after an exam. Like, we've all been there, done that in all of our different ways and reactions. However, there's definitely things we can do to calm ourselves down before, during, and after an exam. So, especially in year 11 and 12, because, sorry, that's what I was talking about. Kind of went off the deep end a little bit. Something about me is I just always like deviate in conversation. I'll start like one point, not finish it, go on to the next one, and then come back. So don't mind that. It's a little confusing to follow, but hey, I'm just a girl. So year 11 and 12, let me tell you something. If you absolutely bomb year 11, let's say you are bombing year 11 right now, like you're not making it out, right? It doesn't matter. You actually still go to year 12. Nobody's making you repeat a year, first of all. I feel like a lot of people think that like it's like America here in Australia, and it's like, oh, you do bad in like year 11, repeat the year, or like if I don't get into this university, I'm screwed for the rest of my life. No, babe. That's just in the American movies. I bet in America they also have their own little system. It's just the whole Ivy League scare is just like put itself out on the rest of the world. I'm like, we don't even have Ivy Leagues here. What are you stressed about? You know? Let's say you're bombing year 11. Yeah, guess what? You can get in with early entry. You can still apply for it. Maybe you don't have a high chance as everyone else getting on the first round, but there's multiple rounds of early entry. So chill. There's multiple chances for you to get something. You know, I don't know what they're called. I think it's a diploma, but I'm not really too sure. Don't quote me on that. But I do know that maybe you won't get the degree that you're after, but you'll get like this like kind of like bridging course. So you do like 1 year of something and then you can go into the course with your crap year 11 marks. Fun fact, there is a chance that you can get that. I'm not saying it's guaranteed because I don't want to make any promises to anyone that's really, really hopeful out there. I'm just saying there is a chance for that to happen if you don't get it. So guess what? You still get to go to uni. So chill with your year 11 marks. Year 12. If you are starting year 12 or you're in year 12 and you're like, wow, I'm not going to get in with my year 11 marks. Guess what? Year 12 you literally have one last chance to bring them up in whatever way possible. Even if you literally flunk half of your exams, I promise you, you can still get it back up. It is never too late to lock in. Look me in the eyes. Go straight into the camera. It is never too late to lock in, okay? Never too late. Even if it's like about to be trials, which is kind of me. So I guess I'm just saying this to myself. It's not too late to lock in. Like, I bought multiple binders with all of my summaries of all of my topics and everything, and I bought a whiteboard and a corkboard for that reason. You know, I'm making everything a little bit more prettier, more organized. I've actually decided to clean my room for once. I know Mom loves that. Thank you, Mama, for teaching me how to clean my room. And just lock in. Like, lock in for one thing at least, you know? And if there's anything you should be locking in for the most, like, if you want to be lazy the whole year, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? Do what you want. Trials and HSC, lock the hell in. Lock the hell in. I God hope you were listening at least in one class or something, because if you weren't, if you're not listening in any of your classes and you're not doing any of the work and you're not really caring about any of your exams, well, then you're screwed. Now let me tell you, if you do that in most of your subjects, or at least half of your subjects, okay, you're fine, chill. Like, just take a breather, because now half your subjects you're good for. The other half, just work a little bit harder, okay? And so you just kind of gotta think, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you gotta think of it as like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, and it's crazy. Lauren, of course, HSC is like such a big deal. What is it? What is it? It's just the numbers that get you into university. And then once you're in university, does that matter? No. Once you're in a full-time working job, does it matter where you even went to university? No. It doesn't even matter. Nobody's gonna ask your ATAR post year 12. Not even first year uni. First year uni, they're not going to ask you anything about that. It doesn't matter. You walk into your first uni class and they're going to be like, your ATAR no longer matters. And that's a true story. One of my family friends told me that. Shout out Camilla. So you need to literally just think about it as numbers on a page. As long as you are putting in your best effort into your exams, then you're like, well, there's nothing else I could do because I put in my all for that exam, and what I get is what I get. But I know I did what I could do. So, but in terms of like, then, you know, ways to stop stressing yourself out, like actual physical methods, not like mindset, definitely just like organizing your stuff. I feel like that's the first point. In terms of like I said, like I bought binders, so buying the binders and putting in all your summaries and whatnot, then you can actually plan dates like of how you're going to study. So let's say you're doing math and you write down the list of things you need to do to study for your math test. You're going to finish all the chapters you haven't finished, you're going to write summary sheets, and then you're going to do practice tests, right? So you've got those three things, right? And you're like, okay, cool, write that somewhere. Physical, do not leave it up here. I do not care if you're the most mental mind, like, organized person. It's not going to stay there. I promise you that, especially not as a teenager. It's not going to stay there. You need to get a whiteboard and you need to write it down in your face. Like, mine is, let me show you. All hail the whiteboard. It's in big writing. It's in my bloody face. I see it every day. It's on top of my shoe rack. I go in. That thing is reminding me. It's telling me, get your ass in order and do your work. And so then I'm like, oh, right, I do have to do that. Because you forget, and that's okay. You can forget. But you need to write it down that you need to do your cheat sheets, your finish your chapters, and do your practice tests. So after you've written that, you then put a date next to them. Now there's no date on this one because I've got mine on my corkboard, but I'm not bothered to bring that around. And the dates written on them, so you write them next to them. So if your first thing that you're doing is the finish your chapters, okay, you're gonna finish your chapters by the 3rd of July, right? Then then you've got that locked in place. It's kind of like an ethnic mother coming around and like knocking on your door and be like, are you doing your work? Like it's like it's a little reminiscent of that. You hold yourself accountable. Then, you know, do your cheat sheets. Okay, if I've done all my chapters by 3rd of July, cheat sheets don't really take that long, so I'm just gonna say 7th of July, I have to have my cheat sheets done, like my summary sheets of every topic. Cool, they're done now. Now, the exam is on the 30th of July. I don't know. And so by the 25th of July, you want to have done all of your practice tests so that you can chill 5 days after and walk in and you're good. You can have 5 days to meditate and breathe and be good. That is your before. That is how you are going to be good before. Okay? That's how it's going to happen. Now, during. During is a little bit difficult. During is a bit... Now, my mom's religious, right? So she tells me to pray to the angels of knowledge in the middle of my exam. Now, let me tell you something. Do not lift your pen away from the paper. Do not pray to the angels, babe. If you gotta pray, you pray right before. So that's what I do. I pray right before. I sit down. They like tell us, go find your seats. I sit down. This only applies if you're religious. I'm not telling you to convert, chill. Promise, would never do that. But if you are religious, take this note down. You sit in your seat. You start praying. You start praying until that timer goes off, okay? And you're just like, please, 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 be there for me. Now, if you're not religious, here's the alternative. You're going to sit in your seat and you're going to breathe. You're going to be like, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Like, you're just going to like breathe, slow your breathing down, tell yourself, you got this. You're going to ace this. Your body. You got this. You know your shit. You can do it. You can do it. Okay? Nothing's impossible. And don't be like, okay, well, I mean, I didn't really study the whole time. Doesn't matter. That thought, out of the window. Out the window. Gone. You studied what you could. You put in your effort. And now you can do it. Lego. That's how you're going to do it during. And while you're in that test, focus. I don't really know what goes on in my head, but I just like, I'm writing. So I don't really have anything during, but like those moments that you are sitting, take a breather. Try and ignore everyone else. If you've got a friend near you, which thank God mine is in alphabetical order and I always have friends near me, you can be like, hey, like even looking at their face, just it makes you a little bit more calm, right? And you know, being in that hall, because when you're in year 11 and 12, you start being in like the massive halls for like halls, auditoriums, whatever you call it, for the exams, and they're overstimulating as heck. And so I absolutely understand that. So that just gives you more stress for the exam. Honestly, I just try not to think about it. I know it's such like bland and boring and dumb advice, but to me it helps. I just really act like I'm not there. You know, I'm like, okay, I've got my friend in front of me, my friend beside me, my friend next to me, behind me, got some person that, you know what, I don't mind, but we're not friends, but you know what, I don't care. They're next to me. You know, I make the positives out of everyone that's around me, and I sit there and I lock in. You know, I just like ignore the fact that this is the most massive place you've ever seen, and there's totally not 100 and something students in the same room as you. No, there's not. Literally, everyone's gone, poof, out of my head. And you know what? I have a little bit of an advantage not being at this school since year 7, the school that I am at now, because I don't even know everyone in my grade. I don't even know a third of my grade. So it's actually really, really useful, because it's much easier for me to be like, yep, nope, nobody's here, because I don't even know nobody. So it's perfect. And then after, oh my god, after is so important. A lot of people spend it crying for hours, being mad for hours. Let me tell you something. Being negative about the exam after, not gonna do anything. You've now written it. You've written what you've done. It's handed in. You can't go back to the staff room and be like, hey miss, can I have my exam back? I actually don't like what I wrote. You won't be able to do that, honey. So what you need to do is, first thing, if you can, obviously I don't know what everyone's situations is transport wise, but if you can go to the gym. That's what I did for my year 11 preliminary exams. I went to the gym after every single exam and I worked out because like it releases those like what chemicals that makes you happy. I don't know what they are. I failed science from year 7 to 10, so very smart lad here. And yeah, and I went there. It was good. Literally, I'd work out for an hour and I'd be like, whew, we did it. Awesome. Leave. Go have a snack when I get home. Now, I probably don't go to the gym straight after. I just go home. I turn on the best music. I used to, don't anymore, but I used to have like a happy mood playlist on Spotify. Blast that. Grab your speaker. Blast that in your bedroom. Jump up and down on your bed. Dance around. Make it a party in your bedroom. If you have LED lights, chuck on the party function, you know, and just, you know, get it all up. Jump up and down, get it all out, shake your hair, do whatever it is, you know, do things that make you happy. Don't sit around and watch a TV show, because unfortunately, while you're sitting down and watching the TV show, you're just going to be like zoning out, and then you're going to be like, oh my god, the exam. And you're going to like be like, so you got to do something that's like actively, physically, you know, distracting you. You got to be doing something else that's very movie. So definitely that's how you lower it after. You literally can't stress about an exam after it. Like, I don't understand the point of doing that, because there's nothing you can do about it. Then when you get your mark, well, you got what you got. And if it's amazing, then hey, like bad period. If it's not, oh, there's nothing you can do. Literally, like, this is how calm I've become. Like, when I get a bad mark, I'm like, oh damn, like I wish I did better, but all this wishing is not going to do anything about this mark, but I can do something about my next mark, you know? Like, just flip it around. Be like, don't be like, oh, like I did so bad. Oh, well, honey, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. So you're going to be like, well, what I can change is I can't change my mark. You can't change that. You can't control that. But what you can control and change is how you go on the next one, because you're going to put in more effort. You're going to switch things around. Okay, so clearly doing a bunch of summaries did not help. Okay, so cut out summaries. You know what I'm going to do? We're just going to redo every chapter in the book. And then we're going to do practice tests, and then we're going to go in. You know? So you're just going to like use it as a lesson and be like, okay, cool, learned that the hard way. Time to do it the easier way, right? And as long as you graduate year 12 being like, I put the most effort that I could or I wanted to, and I had fun in year 12, I had fun being in high school. High school was a good experience. I feel like that's what matters the most. You know, and just like graduating with like all these memories and stuff like that, because so many people just make year 11 and 12 so exam centered. I'm like, that is why you are 10 times more stressed about it. These little papers that you're writing on, rubbish after, aren't they? They're gonna end up in the trash. What's not gonna end up in the trash is memories. So you're gonna make them while you're in year 11 and 12. You gotta have fun. You gotta go to every party that you're invited to. You gotta hang out with your friends. You gotta make new friends. Like, my God, in the last 3 weeks, I've made new friends, or like with people that I never thought I'd be friends with, you know? And now I'm at parties with them, or I go out with them, or we spend lunch and recess together, you know? And these are becoming like core memories for my teenagehood that I can reminisce about and then tell my kids when I'm older, you know? So year 12 is really just about, it should be about the fun. I genuinely don't like that the system is, okay, actually, when you're at peak of teenagehood, you get the most defining exam of your life. And you have to do it. Sorry, not sorry. Like, are you kidding? Like, those exams are not going to stop me from living, like, this, like, amazing time of my life and being as young as I am right now and doing all the things and not having crazy responsibilities. I just, you know, eat, party, dance, go out, come back home, nap in my bed, be in my bedroom, film this podcast, you know, like I find all these fun things and I go to the gym, I go to dance, I don't pay for any of it, you know, well, I do pay for some things, but but you know, like I'm not having to pay rent, I don't have kids to worry about, I don't have like, I don't know, some job, like a full-time job, to be at 9 to 5, you know, lazing away and everything. I'm at school and I come home. Every day I hang out with people, you know, so just enjoy it. Really enjoy these last few times because university, I'm sure, is going to be a freaking 180 in life and everything. And not that it's not going to be fun, but it's definitely going to be different and you're not going to experience high school again. And while some of you may take that statement and be like, yay, I'm so excited, like no more high school, I promise you this time a year from now, you're going to be like, oh, I miss high school. I actually miss it. You know, it's just so easy. It's just so simple. So, I don't know. I think, well, yes, you should, a little bit of stress for your exams is good, and knowing how to organize it with the steps that, you know, that I take, which is what I just said, just remember that, like, screw it. Like, it's your exams, and also, there's so many different ways to get into uni now. Like, there's TAFE courses that you can do from year 11 and get a guaranteed ATAR. There's, you know, there's adjustment points when it comes to your ATAR. There's, you know, the opportunity to take, like, gap years. There's the bridging courses. There's at Newcastle University, there's Open Foundation. There's just so much to, like, get yourself that education. But also, like, there's people who drop out of high school and become extremely successful. Half the celebrities that you know probably haven't even finished high school or haven't finished university. And like, I'm not encouraging that, you know, wag and just leave, you know, like nobody cares about school anymore, education's not important. What I'm saying is that if you think you missed out on the opportunity to finish high school and or go to university or finish university because of things that just happened, or maybe it just wasn't right and you couldn't do it properly, your life's not over. There is so many different ways that you can still be successful, you can be strong, and you can live this life the way you want to, because academics is not everything. Academically smart is just one of the smarts that you need to be successful. And, well, not need, that you can have to be successful. So, yeah. Wow, got really, really deep. Someone said how to shave my body. Now, honestly, I don't really have, like, a tutorial. I don't know. Oh, but a game changer, actually, is, the razors. I mean, I could just go get it for you, but maybe I'll just insert a picture here. These razors, they're really good. They don't need soap and water, like if you're just going to do it with the normal razor that everyone uses. These ones are like electric ones, and you just go like on your legs and it just cuts it off, and it's really, really good because you could be like in a rush and you just need to like go, and it just does it for you. Well, not does it for you, you just do it. Or like it's portable as well. Like if you're in your car and you're like about to go on a date and you're like, damn it, I forgot to shave, and you got that in your car, boom, you go, and then boom, clean your car after. There you go, clean your car after. Okay, next one. Moving from a talking stage to a real relationship. Okay, that's good. That's good. I can do that. The only thing I'd have to say is that it all kind of just depends on, like, you know, how long you guys have been talking, if they reciprocate your energy, if they're like serious and they, you know, like there's something about them, right? I feel like it all just kind of depends, but let's just talk in like a more general sense, like hoping that everything's going all right and good. I feel like the talking stage, everyone has like different times of like how long that talking stage goes for, but I feel like don't get with a person a couple weeks in of just meeting them and talking to them. I think that's really silly, and I'm guilty, so I know that it doesn't ever go well. It's not enough time to know a person and know that they're right for you in that sense for a relationship, because whatever other people say about it is, I see dating I see a relationship as something that then the next step is marriage, or at least long-term, very, very, very long-term, a very, very long-term relationship. And so to know if that's your person does not take a couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Does not take a couple weeks. It takes a lot longer than that. You need to, I feel like takes like 6 months to know somebody. But of course, like, I'm not telling you like, oh, it's only been 1 month, but I really want to get with them. Below says wait 6 months. Like, no, this is just what I do. I'd probably wait like 3 to 6 months. I feel like that's a pretty good bracket, and then you can get into a real relationship. I would definitely say, like, if you think you're ready, then go into a real relationship. But like, if you're still having your doubts, but like you want this man, you don't want him around anybody else, I would say like ask if you can make things like exclusive, in the sense that, like, you know, I wouldn't call us boyfriend and girlfriend yet, but I just need to make sure that like it's just you and me in this equation. It's not you and me and some other chick, you know? So definitely just clear that up, make sure you're on the same page about that kind of thing. And then honestly, like, I don't think it's that hard. I feel like I'm very direct and I'm very honest. So I feel like if I wanted to just switch from that stage to a relationship, I'd just be like, want to be a boyfriend and girlfriend? I'm ready. Now, I think you can do it in like cute ways and have like posters or make a date out of it. Like, I think, boys, listen here, boys. You do that for your girl. You do that for your girl, and you got your girl for life. And you better keep doing the things like that in your relationship, though. Don't just like be one and done, you know? Make something cute out of it. Do something fun. But whether or not you know that you're ready, or you know that the other person is ready, you can definitely have conversations about it. Like let's say y'all have been like talking for like ages, you know, and you kind of just like look at them and you're like, okay, what is this now? Like, we've been going out for X amount of months, X amount of weeks, and we've been doing Y and Z. God, come on. If do you want this to go in this direction? Because I know I do. So, if somebody were to pop the question of, do you want to be my boyfriend or girlfriend, would you be ready? I feel like having a conversation like that is also definitely important and definitely an option. I feel like you can really just take it like the whole, want to be my girlfriend or boyfriend? Or you can be like, okay, where do we stand? What do we do? Like, you can do the whole evaluate thing. I think both ways works really well. Yeah, again, up to you and up to how the other person works. Just make sure that this person is good. I always like getting a second opinion about the people that I'm getting with from people that, like, whose opinions I value. So keep going back to her. This is a Hannah related episode, is it not? I love this. I would definitely speak to Hannah and be like, okay, this person does this, this, and that. You know, we've been talking for this long. What do you think of him? And if she's like, you know what, green flag, like him, then go, get with him. Because you always need an outsider opinion. Because when you're in a relationship, or when you're talking to someone, anything, literally even first day of meeting this person, you're like in this very narrow window looking at them, and like nothing else matters in this world but them, and you're like, oh my god, I love them so much. And like, of course, like that's how you're gonna feel, and that's completely normal and okay and valid. But just know that narrow-minded view of them stops you from seeing all the red flags. And like, red flags, whether they're worth breaking up or not, obviously up to you. Everybody has their flaws. Nobody's perfect. So don't expect a man to be fully green flags. But if the red flags are, you're alright, whatever, like, guess I'll deal with them, then they're fine. But you won't be able to notice any of them, no matter if they're not that bad or really bad. So you always have to get an outsider opinion. I think someone like that would be very good to ask about that kind of stuff is also your family. Obviously, depending on the relationship that you have with your family, but someone in your family will have a very, very, very smart opinion about this person. And I think it's very good to talk to them about it, even if it seems really, really scary. And you can do it as a major hypothetical, like be like, okay, if someone were to do this, this, and that, would you get with this person? You know, it's just someone from the outside can help you like see if that's the right decision. Maybe they'll be like, okay, just 1 week more, you know, and that's fine. Then take that 1 week. But then maybe they'll say like, oh, I just don't know about this like thing that they do or thing that they believe in. If it were me, like, I think that would be a little bit of a deal breaker, but obviously that's up to you. But just know that that raises a red flag for me. And you need to take all of these opinions very, very well, because there's a good chance that you might be like, how dare you say that about him? Don't do that. They are speaking from the heart, they're speaking from concern, and they're speaking because they love you. And you asked. So, don't get mad. But yeah, definitely getting some sort of second opinions, just in case you don't feel ready, or, you know, you're having like one little doubt in your heart. Ask a second person. I think that's very, very smart. And I have even... Let me tell you something about being single. Being single is amazing. You want to know why? Because I've got an entire notes list on everything that I like and don't like in a guy that I've seen in guys. Guys that I've talked to, guys that I've not talked to, guys that are just in my class, guys that I've seen on the street. Everything. I've written it down in the notes. Every green flag, every red flag, every beige flag. Every single one. And from that, when I was talking to someone, I used that, and I would tick if they had something, and it would change all the time. It would be like, they care about their family. Yeah, I think so. My family. Ooh. They don't like their family, you know? So it changes all the time in those like weeks that you're talking to them and everything. But a notes app is so good. The notes app for the girlies is crazy. It's crazy. And a lot of people have judged me for my notes app. And you want to know who judged me for my notes app? Men. Let me rephrase that. Boys have judged me for the notes app. Mind your business. I'm doing what I want. You asked me. I'm not harming anyone making a notes app on my red and green flags. I'm keeping myself and holding myself accountable so I don't fall for the wrong people. And I have a good husband. And clearly, if you're going to be judgmental like that, then gotta work on some things, don't you? So, yeah. If they tick every box that you have, and outsider opinions are good, you take them out on a nice date, and you're like, Wanna be my boyfriend? Wanna be my girlfriend? Wanna be whatever? You and me? You don't know what with the chat line? There was this chat line that I saw. Wait, hold on. Guys, use this. Hold on. Bear with me. I'd like to take you to the movies, but they don't let you bring in your own snacks.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Can you shut the fuck up?
It's not that funny, but I genuinely love pickup lines. Like the whole like the rearrange the alphabet so I could put you and I together. Ooh, that's good. I need like a jar that just has like papers of pickup lines and just like whip that out on people. Like I freaking love child lines. You do something fun and cute. Like if someone asked me out like that, if someone asked me to be their girlfriend through a chat, like a chat up line, like a funny chat up line, oh my god, I'd be so here for it. Like that's funny. That is funny. Do it in a fun, creative way that's gonna make them smile, whatever. And I think you're locked in. I forgot what I was saying because my iPad was like, your iPhone cloud storage is full. No, it's not. So I'm just in denial. Anyways, okay, well, those are all the problems that I got. And questions that I got. Glad I answered them all. And also, guys, if you have any other questions that you didn't get a chance to put in this video, send me a message, shoot me a message always. I'm always here for you. I hope you guys, again, had a lovely time watching this, and we're back to these Ace videos. I'm so glad. I fixed the problems. I'm just using this. Screw the microphones until I have money for better equipment. For a better camera, sorry. And yeah. Let me know what you guys want in the next one. If you want that to be the relationship one, or you want it to be fashion, or you want it to be literally anything, tell me. Comment down below. Send me a message. Whatever. I'm ready. I will answer everything that you need. Or if you want more videos like these where I ask, I thought they were really fun because you guys get to interact with me. And you guys get to kind of control the episode, which is like good for me. It's less planning. And so if I shoot maybe the next one will be fashion. I'll ask you guys like, what are your my friend. What are your fashion questions or tips? Or we do a whole episode, a YouTube vlog, because I am doing YouTube vlogs. If you haven't seen the Formula One YouTube vlog, go see it. It's very calming. It's not me talking. So if you don't want to hear me talking, that's the video for you. And I plan to do more like things that won't be on Spotify that will be on YouTube, like the vlogs, travel vlogs coming up as in you'll see them next year. And yeah, I think the next one I'll do another one of these anonymous messages. I think they're fun. I think they're cute, and it's just easier for me as someone who's got to just like spit out these episodes in 1 hour intervals at home. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I had so much fun. I can't wait to do it again next week. No, I'm kidding. Maybe I'll do a fashion thrift vlog. I don't know. Who cares? Okay. Love you and leave you guys. Mwah. Te quiero mucho. Ciao.